So I did it. This is my painting I did with the artist watercolors. Again, there are mostly Holbeins and a few Winsor Newtons. And I'm going to let you know there are some differences with artist grade paints. The pigments are much more concentrated. I've been told there's more brilliance in the artist paints. I think you can see a little bit more. Mixing was a lot easier. Layering I got here was a lot easier with the artist paints. That being said, student grade paints, high end student grade paints is what I'm used to. And I've done a video on my Daler-Rowney watercolors. Where I mentioned, I did something like this and something like this. These are both with the Daler-Rowney. And these are great. I think that's very vibrant. I don't think they're nearly as pigmented as the Holbein or the Winsor Newton artist's grade paints, but I think they're very good. Now, if people say, should I buy artist? I'm new to watercolor. Should I buy artist paints? I would say no. I painted for 10 years before I invested in artist grade watercolor. You can buy light fast paints that are student grade. Get Cotman's, Gumbacher Academy, Daler-Rowney, whatever. They're all going to be about the same price. And learn your techniques, because artist paints aren't going to teach you techniques. And this is easily over $100 of paints. It's a lot of money. It's better to buy a set and learn that way. Now, if you can afford something better than Reeves, buy something better than Reeves. I would suggest Gumbacher Academy tubes if you want tubes. I believe they also make pans, Lucas pans, Lucas or their professional paints. But I would really recommend a high-end student grade paint to learn. Learn your techniques first, and then once you have your techniques down and you're comfortable and you're producing consistently decent work, then invest in some professional artist paints. Just think about it. The only one who's really going to know if they're artists, well, yes, these are more vibrant than the student grade. So people will see a difference with the artist grade paints, but it's minute. If you have the techniques down, you can do amazing work with student paints. And then when you get the artist paints, if you know how to do that, doing something with the artist paints is going to be so much easier. They do act a little bit different. You're right. They're much more pigment, so a little tiny bit goes a long way. So yeah, these are only 5 milliliter tubes. And I might pay $15 for one tube. But it's going to last me a long time. So I popped my cherry. This is my watercolor. I would say the difference between artist paints and student grade paints would be the same difference you're going to find in a high-end student grade versus a low-end student grade. So the Daler-Rowney Aquafines versus the Hobby Lobby Master Touch. Remember that video difference? And you saw how just staining at the Master Touch were. And I get praying because they're better. Well, that big of a difference is just about the same difference that you're going to get between the artist grade paints and even a high-end student. It's noticeable. You're going to pay for it, so your pocket's going to feel it. But your paintings are going to show. And remember, a great paint's no substitute for talent and for the ability and skill of using color theory and proper technique. But if you know that, it's going to translate in your final pieces too. So that's my bit. I do think they are worth the cost, but I would recommend that newer painters get a high-end student quality, learn your techniques, and then invest. These are my Hollyhocks. Peace and thank you.